Brothers and sisters, Shalom Aleichem. It is my hope that you are all doing well. I would like to take this opportunity to praise Yahweh for this opportunity that He has given us to come live and study His word together. Remember, we are doing the journey through the scriptures, and we dedicated 40 days or less reading the entire scriptures from the book of Genesis to the book of Revelation. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for joining us. Please feel free to comment and tell us where you are watching us. Today, we will be reading the whole book of the book of Ruth from chapter 1 to chapter 4. Welcome.
Thank you. As we go on, we welcome you. As we continue today, we are in the book of Ruth. We are starting from chapter 1, as we have intention to be concluded to chapter 4. So we request you to be with us through from chapter 1 to the end of this chapter, and Yahweh will bless you. Thank you.
Ruth chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judge ruled that there was famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his two sons. And the name of the man was Eliakim, and the name of the wife was Naomi, and the name of the two sons were Mahlon and Chilon, Ephraimites of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Amalek, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her two sons. And they took them wives of women of Moab. The name of one was Oprah, and the name of the other was Ruth. And they dwelt there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilon died, also both of them, and the woman were left of the two sons and her husband. Then she rose with her daughter-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for he had heard in the country of Moab how that Yahweh had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her two daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Go, return each to her mother's house. Yahweh deal kindly with you, as you have dwelt with the dead and with me. Yahweh grant you that you may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them and lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her, Surely we will return with you unto the people. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Will you go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husband? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear a son, will you tarry for them till they are grown? Will you stay for them from having husband? Nay, my daughters, for it grieves me much for your sake, that in the hand of Yahweh is gone out against me. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Oprah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. And she said, Behold, your sister-in-law is gone back unto her people and unto her mighty ones. Return you also your sister-in-law and your sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave you, nor return from following after you. For whether you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your Elohim will be my Elohim. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. Yahweh do so to me, and more also, if not but death part you and me. And when she saw that she was steadfast-minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So they two went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them, and they said, Is this Naomi? And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty hath dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and Yahweh has brought me home again empty. Why then call me Naomi, seeing Yahweh has testified against me, and the Almighty has afflicted me? So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabite, her daughter-in-law with her, which returned out of the country of Moab. And they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of the barley harvest. Ruth chapter 2. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband, a mighty man of wealth of the family of Eliakim, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabite said unto Naomi, Let me now go to the field and clean to the ears of the corn, after him in whose sight I shall find grace. And he said unto her, Go, my daughter. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and her heap was to light on the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the kindred of Eliakim. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, Yahweh be with you. And they answered him, Yahweh bless you. Then said Boaz unto the servant that was set over the reapers, Whose dust smell is this? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, It is the Moabish dust smell that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheep. So she came and hath continued even from the morning until now, and she tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, Hearest you not, my daughter? Do not click into another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Let your eyes be on the field, that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they should not touch you? And when you art athirst, go unto the vessel and drink. When you are thirsty, go unto the vessel and drink of that which young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself on the ground and said unto him, Why have I found favor or grace in your eyes? And you shouldn't take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger. And Boaz answered and said unto her, It has fully been showed me all that you have done unto your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and you have left your father and your mother, your land, your nativity, and art come unto a people which you know not hereafter. Yahweh recompense your work, and a full reward be given to you of Yahweh Elohim of Israel, under whose wing you art come to trust. And she said, Let me find favor in your sight, my master, for you have comforted me, and for that you have spoken friendly unto my handmaid, though I be not like unto one of your handmaidens. And Boaz said unto her, At midtime come you here, and eat the bread, and dip your morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was afeast, and left. But when she was risen up to clean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, Let her clean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. And let her fall also some of the handful of the purpose for her, and leave them, that he may glean them, and rebuke her not. So she gleaned in the field until even, and bid out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. And she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she has reserved after she was surfaced. And her mother-in-law said unto her, Where has you gleaned today? And where ravest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of you. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, The man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he of Yahweh, who hath not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, The man is near of kin unto us, one of the next kinsmen. And Ruth the Moabite said, He said unto me also, You shall keep fast by my young men until they have ended all the harvest. And Naomi said unto Naomi her daughter-in-law, It is good, my daughter, that you go out with his maidens, that they meet you not in any other field. So she kept fast by the maiden of Boaz to glean unto the end of barley harvest and of the wheat harvest, and dwelt with the mother-in-law.
Ruth chapter number 3. And Naomi, her mother-in-law, said to her, My daughter, should I not seek rest for you, so that it is well with you? And now it is not Boaz, with whose young woman you have been, our relative. See, he is winnowing barley tonight at the threshing floor. And you shall bathe and anoint yourself, and put your garment on, and go down to the threshing floor. Do not make yourselves known to the man until he has finished eating and drinking. And it shall be, when he lies down, that you shall notice the place where he lies, and you shall go in and uncover his feet, and lie down, and let him make known to you what you should do. And she said to her, All that you say to me, I do. And she went down to the threshing floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law instructed her. And Boaz ate and drank, and his heart was glad. And he went to lie down at the end of the heap of grain. And she came softly and uncovered his feet and lay down. And it came to be at midnight that the man was startled and turned himself and saw a woman lying at his feet. And he said, "Who are you?" And she answered, "I am Ruth, your female servant. Now you shall spread your covering over your female servant, for you are a redeemer." And he said, "Baruch are you of Yahweh, my daughter, for you have shown more kindness at the end than at the